account by the coins on the floor, watching the shadows slip under the door. My lullaby was the factory bell and the whiskey on breath in a city of hell. I saw the red on the cobblestone street, and I learned how to walk with no sound in my feet. They gave me a cap when I turned 13, the sharpest razor that I'd ever seen. Told me to run with a message in hand, through the smoke and the mud of this broken land. I stopped looking up at the gray iron sky and started to look every man in the eye. Born in the soot, baptized in the cold, the streets took a piece of my innocent soul. You can't change the blood that is running inside when you're raised by the wolves on the dark riverside. Yeah, the dark riverside. Sit in the chair, breathing the ash in the cold morning air. The boys that I feared now call me the boss. We count up the profits and bury the loss. The child in the alley is dead and gone, but the family empire keeps marching on. Born in the soot, baptized in the cold, the streets took a piece of my innocent soul. You can't change the blood that is running inside when you're raised by the wolves on the dark riverside. They ask if I'm sorry, they ask if I weep for the secrets I carry, the promises I keep. But a seed in the darkness can only grow cold. I just play the hand that I was dealt to hold. He wears the crown, but I hold the key. The smartest shadow that you'll ever see, counting the profits behind the silk lace, while the smoke and the whiskey cover my face. They think it's a world made only for men, until they get lost in my lion's den. Black leather boots on the factory floor, Under my velvet, I'm hiding the blade. They talk about power, they talk about pride, but I am the one standing by their side. Gold in the pockets and coal in the air. We play a game that is never fair. By the soot and the ash, by the blood in the rain, a woman's touch can cause the most pain. No rules in the dark, no place left to run. The empire's rising before the morning sun. Don't test my patience, don't cross my line. The money, the power, the city is mine. Just bow your head when I enter the room. I am the blessing, and I am the doom. In this family, I hold the reins. Walking through the smoke of the factory town, where the rain falls black and the sun goes down. A long dark coat and a hidden blade. This is the place where the deals are made. Hear the iron boots on the cobblestone. In this city you never walk alone. A pocket full of silver and a loaded gun, running with the horses till the day is done. Whiskey in the glass, fire in the chest. We don't pray for mercy, we don't look for rest. A shadow in the fog, a cap on the eyes. We are the kings under stormy skies. By the law of the streets, by the soot and the cold, the devil's gonna come for a young man's soul. No rules in the dark, no place to hide. We rule the kingdom on the Red River side. Yeah, the Red River side. Danger in the cold night air. We take what we want, we don't ask for a price. In a town full of sins, we don't think twice. Gold in the vault and blood on the floor. The empire grows right behind the door. By the law of the streets, by the soot and the coal, the devil's gonna come ice beneath the brim. The chances of survival are getting slim. Just raise your glass to the family name. We play with fire and we love the game.
They thought the empire would crumble to dust when my husband was buried in silver and rust. The bosses all smiled. They thought I would cry, but they didn't see the cold spark in my eye. They came to my house just to take what was mine. Now they're sipping my poison and calling it wine. I don't carry iron, I don't use a blade, but I know the price of every deal that is made. Behind black lace veil, I am pulling the strings, while they fight like dogs for the crumbs of the kings. A whisper from me can erase a whole street, and I look at this city right under my feet. On the throne, the king is in the ground, but I am not alone. They call me the widow, but I am the boss. I count up the bodies and smile at the loss. Yeah, smile at the loss. Into my parlor, come pour you a glass. The era of loyalty is a thing of the past. They tried to outsmart me, they tried to rebel, but I sent every traitor straight down into hell. Now the family bows down when I enter the room. The beautiful queen of their ultimate doom. the ground, but I am not alone. They call me the widow, but I am the boss. I count up the bodies and smile at the loss. No tears for the dead, no mercy for fools. The game has changed and I make the rules. You wanted a lady to weep and to pray. Too bad the black widow is running the day.
Sitting in the back room, dim lights, counting green paper under late nights. Silk tie, gold ring on the pinky hand, ruling every corner of his concrete land. They hear the tires screech outside the door, but we don't look back, we just ask for more. Ice cubes melting in the crystal glass, watching how the shadows and the minutes pass. A quiet word whispered in an alleyway, deciding who lives to see another day. We don't sign papers, we don't make a sound, but everyone knows who runs this town. Blood is thicker than the wine we pour. Keep your eyes open when you walk through the door. A sacred oath that you take to the grave. In this family you lose what you gave. Yeah, you lose what you gave. Espresso steaming in the morning chill. Another contract, another bill to fill. They try to wire the phones, try to catch a ghost, but we are eating dinner with the ones we love the most. Respect is earned, it is never sold in a world made of concrete and cold. Blood is thicker than the wine we pour. Keep your eyes open when you walk through the door. A sacred oath that you take to the grave. In this family you lose what you gave. Never look an outsider in the eye. Never ask questions if you see them cry. Just nod your head, just take the keys. We don't ask for favors, we do what we please. salute. To the family. They call me the shadow, the one with the gun. When the bosses have problems, I'm the only one. One shot in the dark, and the contract is clean. The coldest assassin this town's ever seen. I had all the power, the money, the pride, with a coat full of lead and the law on my side. Then she walked through the doors of the smoky cafe, with eyes like the ocean and lips like rosé. That my family made. I put down my weapon, I stepped out the shade. For the first time in life, I was feeling no pain, dancing with her in the cold city rain. But love is a bullet that you never see. The sweetest betrayal is what set me free. The ring on her finger, the kiss on my face, was just a ticket to my final place. Yeah, my final place. Where the old docks decay, a suitcase of cash and a boat far away. I walked in the warehouse, no gun in my hand, just ready to leave all the blood in this land. But the lights turned on bright, and her eyes turned to stone. She stood with the rivals, and I was alone. But love is a bullet that you never see. The sweetest betrayal is what set me free. The ring on her finger, the kiss on my face, was just a ticket to my time for regrets. When the triggers are pulled, the king of the shooters was blinded and fooled. I smile at the smoke last thing I see is her walking out the door. I built an empire out of brick and stone, but tonight I sit in this house alone. The hallway is quiet, the rooms are all cold, trading my youth for the weight of this gold. I've kept them safe from the streets outside, but built a wall where my own soul died. I see my reflection in a broken glass, as the shadows pass. My daughter won't look me in the eyes no more. My son left his keys by the kitchen door. They wanted a father, I gave them a name. Now I am the only one left in the game. Blood on the money, dust on the floor. You can't buy back what you lost at the door. The table is empty, the wine is gone dry. Watching the ghosts of my family go by, yeah. Watching them go by. Every secret deal, I told myself it was for their own good. It was real, but you can't wash the stains from a velvet suit when the roots of the tree bear a bitter fruit. The feds at the corner, the cameras in place, but the hardest judgment is my wife's cold face. Blood on the money, dust on the floor. You can't buy back what you lost at the door. The table is empty, But a man in a cage is still all alone.